Hello and welcome to this video where we will be discussing the G20 and why you should care about it. The G20, also known as the Group of 20, is a forum that brings together the world's major economies to discuss and coordinate on global economic issues. The forum was established in 1999 and has since become one of the most important platforms for international economic cooperation. In this video, we will look at the history of the G20, its members, and the issues it addresses. We will also examine the impact that the G20 has on the global economy and why it is important for you to be aware of its role in shaping our world today. History of the G20. The origins of the G20 can be traced back to the 1997 Asian financial crisis, which highlighted the need for a more inclusive and representative forum for international economic cooperation. At the time, the Group of Seven, G7, was the dominant forum for economic cooperation, but its membership was limited to the world's largest advanced economies. In response, the finance ministers and central bank governors of the G7 invited their counterparts from 11 emerging market economies to attend a meeting in Washington, D.C. in 1999. This meeting laid the foundations for what would become the G20. The G20 was officially established in 1999 with the goal of promoting international financial stability and economic growth through policy coordination and cooperation. At the time, its membership consisted of 19 countries and the European Union, EU. The 19 countries were Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, South Korea, Turkey, the United Kingdom, and the United States. The G20 held its first Leaders Summit in 2008 in response to the global financial crisis. This summit marked a turning point for the G20, as it shifted from a forum for finance ministers and central bank governors to a forum for heads of state or government. Since then, the G20 has held annual summits, with the host country rotating every year. Members of the G20. The G20 consists of 19 countries and the European Union, which together represent around 90% of global GDP, 80% of world trade, and two-thirds of the world's population. The members of the G20 are Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, South Korea, Turkey, United Kingdom, United States, European Union. The G20 membership includes both developed and developing countries, which reflects the forum's commitment to promoting inclusive and sustainable economic growth. The G20 is also a diverse forum in terms of political systems and cultural backgrounds, which allows for a broad range of perspectives and ideas to be considered. The issues addressed by the G20. The G20 addresses a wide range of economic issues, including global economic growth. One of the primary goals of the G20 is to promote global economic growth. This involves coordinating macroeconomic policies, reducing trade barriers, and promoting investment and innovation. Financial regulation. The G20 is also focused on promoting financial stability by coordinating financial regulations and strengthening the global financial system. This includes regulating the activities of banks and other financial institutions, as well as improving the transparency and accountability of financial markets. International trade. The G20 is committed to promoting free and fair trade, and reducing trade barriers. This includes negotiating trade agreements and resolving trade disputes through dialogue on cooperation. Climate change. The G20 recognizes the urgent need to address climate change and is committed to promoting sustainable development. This involves promoting clean energy, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and adapting to the impacts of climate change. Digitalization. The G20 is also focused on the opportunities and challenges posed by digitalization. This includes promoting innovation and ensuring that the benefits of digitalization are widely shared, while also addressing the risks such as cybersecurity and privacy. Inclusive growth. The G20 is committed to promoting inclusive and sustainable economic growth, which involves ensuring that the benefits of economic growth are shared by all members of society. This includes promoting the impact of the G20. The G20 has had a significant impact on the global economy since its inception. Some of the key ways in which the G20 has influenced the global economy include: crisis management. The G20 has played a critical role in managing global economic crises, such as the 2008 financial crisis. The G20 has coordinated policy responses and provided financial assistance to countries in need, which helped to stabilize the global economy. Coordination of economic policies. The G20 has helped to coordinate economic policies among its members, which has contributed to global economic growth. This includes coordinating fiscal policies, monetary policies, and trade policies. Promotion of free trade. The G20 has been a strong advocate for free trade and has worked to reduce trade barriers. This has helped to promote global economic growth and has led to the creation of new jobs and opportunities. Addressing climate change. The G20 has recognized the urgent need to address climate change and has taken steps to promote sustainable development. This includes promoting clean energy, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and adapting to the impacts of climate change. Promotion of inclusive growth. The G20 has recognized the importance of promoting inclusive and sustainable economic growth. This involves ensuring that the benefits of economic growth are shared by all members of society, including marginalized groups and developing countries. Why you should care about the G20. You may be wondering why you should care about the G20 and its work. Here are some reasons why the G20 is important. The G20 affects your daily life. The policies and decisions made by the G20 have a direct impact on the global economy, which in turn affects your daily life. For example, the G20's policies on trade and investment can affect the prices of goods and services that you buy. The G20 is a forum for international cooperation. The G20 provides a platform for countries to work together on global economic issues. This promotes cooperation and dialogue among countries, which can help to prevent conflicts and promote stability. The G20 promotes inclusive and sustainable economic growth. The G20 is committed to promoting inclusive and sustainable economic growth, which can help to reduce poverty and improve the standard of living for people around the world. The G20 addresses global challenges. The G20 is focused on addressing some of the most pressing global challenges, such as climate change and digitalization. By working together, the G20 can help to find solutions to these challenges that benefit everyone. The G20 represents a diverse group of countries. The G20 represents a diverse group of countries with different political systems and cultural backgrounds. This allows for a broad range of perspectives and ideas to be considered, which can lead to more innovative and effective solutions. In conclusion, the G20 is an important forum for international economic cooperation that brings together the world's major economies to address global economic issues. The G20's work encompasses a range of issues, including economic growth, trade, climate change, digitalization, and inclusive growth. The G20 has had a significant impact on the global economy and has played a critical role in managing global economic crises, coordinating economic policies, promoting free trade, addressing climate change, and promoting inclusive growth. As an individual, you should care about the G20 and its work because it affects your daily life, promotes international cooperation, addresses global challenges, promotes inclusive and sustainable economic growth, and represents a diverse group of countries. By supporting the work of the G20 and staying informed about its policies and decisions, you can help to promote a more stable, prosperous, and equitable world. In summary, the G20 is an important international forum that plays a critical role in addressing global economic issues. Its work has a direct impact on the daily lives of people around the world, and it provides a platform for international cooperation, promotes inclusive and sustainable economic growth, and addresses some of the most pressing global challenges. As a global citizen, it is important to stay informed about the G20's work and support its efforts to promote a more stable, prosperous, and equitable world. Thanks for watching.